And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the opening lineups of this championship game. First for the Proviso East Pirates. At a guard, 6'1" senior Walter Williams. At a guard, 6'1" senior William Allen. At a forward, 6'2" junior Peter Buzeos. At a forward, 6'5" senior Harvey Roberts. And at center for Proviso East, 6'6" senior Jim Brewer. And the coach of Proviso East, Tom Milliken. Now for the Irish of Peoria, Spalding. At forward, number 22, 6'3" senior Skip Thorell. At a forward, number 34, 6'3" senior Skeets Barksdale. At center, number 32, 6'5", senior Alvin O'Neill. At a guard, number 12, 5'11", senior Art Jenkins. And at a guard, 6'1", senior Marty McGann. And the coach of Peoria Spalding, Ron Patterson. So those are the starting lineups for this night's championship game. The 1969 Illinois State High School basketball tournament title at stake. And for the play-by-play, here's Tom Kelly.
Thank you very much, Bob Starr. And if you're ready, Illinois, here we go. It'll be the Irish against the Pirates. Jump ball at center court. And the tip controlled by Proviso East. Buzeos down the left side, flips it back out to Roberts. He gives it to Williams, and they set it up top of the key. Buzeos down the left side, back out to Williams again. Proviso East in the dark blue uniform. Jump shot by Allen is no good. Rebound in the corner. McGann can't get it. Buzeos picks it up for Proviso. They give it to Roberts. He comes back outside. Now his 15-foot left-hand push. No good. Rebound high. Barksdale of Peoria Spalding. And the Irish go the other way. Jenkins in the corner. Al O'Neill fake. Passes under. Very good move to Barksdale for two. And it's 2-0. The Irish lead. In the backcourt, Bill Allen over the 10-second line for Proviso. McGann right with him every step of the way. Deep in the corner, Buzeos. Lobs it into Roberts. Back to the basket. Double, triple team. Walks away, puts it up. Whistle on the play. Foul is going to be called against number 32, and that is Allen. Check that. The foul is on O'Neill. His first. At the free throw line is Harvey Roberts. Roberts to shoot a pair. First one is good. 2-1. Peoria Spalding leading. Buzeos rebounds. McGann steals it away. They've called a jump ball. Buzeos and McGann. The tip by Buzeos. Another whistle. It's going to go to the Irish out of bounds. One of the Pirates had his foot in the circle, and Spalding inbounds the ball. Jenkins brings it up over the 10-second line at center court. Fires it midway on the left side. Al O'Neill steps in, puts up a 12-footer that's no good. Battle for the rebound, scrambled underneath. Up with that ball is Bill Allen of Proviso. Gives it over to Williams, hustles to the top of the key to Allen on the left side. Holds up 2 fingers. Says, we'll run this one. In the corner to Buzeos. Looks in at Roberts. Back out on top. Williams gets the screen. Try to rub off Brewer. Williams outside shot. Rebound comes bouncing to McGann. Irish come back down the floor with it. 2-1. Spalding leading Proviso East. McGann well out on the right side. Puts it to the baseline. Player control foul is called on O'Neill, and that is his second. That's not going to help much, Jack Burmester.
No, that was excellent position by Jim Brewer, though. He's been doing that all season. He plays that baseline very well.
All right, into the front court. Allen sets, shoots, hits. Allen of Proviso makes it 3-2, Proviso East. 6 minutes remain in the opening period. This is the championship game for 1969. Jenkins nearly loses it, just does recover. Whistle, double dribble is called. Ball is out of bounds, and it goes over to Proviso. So with a player control foul, now a traveling violation. The Irish have turned it over twice. Allen comes down and shoots. Rebound right to Barksdale. Barksdale has it poked away. Jenkins to the baseline. Scramble for it. He's on his knees. Tries to roll it back. Irish lose it again. Allen comes up with the ball. Well, the Pirates are hawking the ball pretty good here in the opening 3 minutes of this first period. 3-2. Proviso leading. In the corner to Williams. Back out to Allen. Looks in at Big Jim Brewer. Long jumper out of the corner by Williams. Rebounded. Buzeus. Baseline left. Flips it back out. Allen. Free throw line. Gives to Roberts. Turns. He's 12 feet away. Won't shoot. Back out to Allen. Allen looks at his coach, Tom Milliken. Williams lobs it in for Brewer in the lane. Steps in. Puts it up. Can't get it. Tip no good. Rebound McGann. McGann to Jenkins. Long pass down court. Grabbed by Barksdale. Drops it. Maintains control. Fires it back out on top to Jenkins. Top of the key. Puts it in the post. Turnaround by Barksdale. Off the rim. No good. Rebound high in the air. Walt Williams. 3-2. Proviso leads. We've got 4:48 remaining in the opening period. Allen walks it over the 10-second line for the Pirates. Big Jim Brewer pulls out midway on the right side. Comes to the top of the key. Has the ball stolen by Jenkins. But Jenkins was 1-on-1. Now 2-on-1. Underneath. With the ball, Barksdale fakes, rolls it back up. No good. Ball batted and grabbed by Brewer. Saved it at the end line. Brewer's tough to handle in there. Brewer holds the ball for Proviso. Gives to Williams. Drives to the baseline. Deep in the right-hand corner. Thinks better of that move. Drops it. Actually knocked away. Continued the dribble. Lobs it back out to Brewer. Brewer in the middle of the floor. Flips it over on the far side to Harvey Roberts. Roberts over to Allen. Roberts at the baseline. All alone and threw it over the rim. The follow-up shot is on the rim and in. Give the basket to Walt Williams. And it's 5-2. And Proviso Maywood leads Peoria Spalding. Championship game of the 1969 Illinois basketball tournament. Jenkins at the baseline is fouled by Buzeus. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot one. That is the first foul against Proviso.
Tom, both teams are playing basically a man-to-man defense. They'll switch defensive assignments only when there is a pick or a screen.
Jenkins gets his first point, and it's 5-3. Proviso East is leading Peoria Spalding. Williams pats himself on the, make it Bill Allen, patting himself on the top of the head as he comes up over the 10-second line. In the high post to Roberts. Turns at the top of the key, comes back out in front to Brewer. To Williams, midway down the right side. Swings toward the lane. 20-foot jumper on the way off the rim. Rebound is grabbed by Forel, and he's called for a jump ball. Jump ball be Skip Thorell, number 22 against Roberts. Roberts has him outside. Buzeus has the ball, rolls it underneath. Brewer fakes once, flips it back out. 3-second violation called on the big center from Proviso East. And the ball goes out of bounds to the Irish of Spalding. Jenkins midway down the left side. Alvin O'Neill fakes. Foul is going to be called on Brewer. That's his first. And O'Neill goes to the free throw line.
It's interesting to note, Tom, that Barksdale is covering Brewer, where at the other end of the floor, O'Neill is being covered by Roberts.
O'Neill gets his first point, and it's 5-4 as Proviso East leads Peoria Spalding by a point. And we come on the attack with the Pirates. The foot midway down the right side goes to Brewer. Williams goes to the baseline, deep in the right-hand corner, back out to Brewer. Brewer drives against Thorell, hands off to Buzeus. Buzeus gets the bucket. It's 7-4 in favor of Proviso East, the Pirates leading. O'Neill, a long jump shot off the rim. Rebound. McGann scrambles for it. It's on the floor. Loose. Picked up by Williams. Pass up the floor. Goes to Brewer. Hands off to Williams. Drives to the top of the key. Turns and sets up the offense. Fires to the baseline. Allen's shot is short. Rebound falls right to Barksdale. And back come the Irish. Pass up the floor. Thorell nearly called for traveling. Bounced off his shoulder. He grabbed it. He flips it over to Jenkins. Jenkins drives across the circle. In the corner to O'Neill. O'Neill double team. Flips it back out to Jenkins. Over to Thorell. He can shoot from out there. Drives to the baseline. Goes under. Tries to lay it up. Whistle. Foul is going to be called, or is it? No. Traveling violation. Traveling violation against the Irish, and the ball goes over to Proviso. And on the attack with it is Bill Allen. Ball game 7-4. We've got 1:39 remaining in the opening period. Brewer holding the ball midway on the right side. Thorell goes out to take it away and succeeds in picking up his first foul. When Brewer's on offense, Jack Burmaster, why, Barksdale guards him, and when we go to the other end of the court and O'Neill has the ball, why, Brewer comes out to take him, and Roberts slips over for Barksdale.
That's right. I had that wrong before, Tom. You're absolutely right.
8-4. Brewer gets his first point. Proviso leading with 1:29 to play in the first period. That's O'Neill. Back out on top to Jenkins. Lobs it to Barksdale. In close. Rolled it over the rim. Roy Williams went up in the air and grabbed that rebound high above the rim. Beautiful job. Foul on McGann. Tried to sneak it away from behind. With 1:15 remaining in this first period, the score is 8-4. Proviso leads Peoria Spalding. You know, 70 was the magic number for last year's state champions, the Evanston High School Wildcats. In each of their 3 tournament games here in Champaign-Urbana, the Wildcats scored an even 70 points. The closest opponent scored 58 points, proving that Evanston was one of the toughest teams in the 18 years that this event has been brought to you on television by your friends at Illinois Bell. Now let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. Jack Burmaster coached that team to the championship last year. Jack, have you heard a lot about this 70 points?
You know, Tom, I didn't realize that this was true until after the final game when one of the men from the press came over and said, "Do you realize that you scored 70 points in each of the last 4 games?" And I honestly was not aware of it.
Alvin O'Neill has scored 76 points in tournament competition for Peoria Spalding. He has lost the scoring leadership in the tournament play to Clyde Turner, pending the outcome of this game. Williams' free throw gives him 3 points, and it's 9-4 now in favor of Proviso East. Turner with 37 points in the consolation game in which Champaign Central was a winner, has 91 for his tournament play. Shot attempt short by Thorell. Rebound is off to Buzeas. The Irish are getting but 1 shot at that bucket, and a big line of Roberts, Buzeas, and Brewer working well on the board. Foul against Brewer. Player controlled as he cascaded into Barksdale. Brewer second. Ball is out of bounds to the Irish with 49 seconds to play in the first period. 9-4. Proviso on top. In case you've just joined us, why, Peoria Spalding is in the light uniforms. That's O'Neill, baseline, in and out. O'Neill has only 1 point so far in this ball game. Coming into this game, he was the leader in tournament scoring for the 3 previous games. That's Roberts. They'll hold this probably for one last try at that bucket. 17 seconds. Williams and now Roberts. Roberts again, 12 seconds. Roberts looking for help, gives it to Allen, gives him the screen, but there's a whistle and a 3-second call underneath, and the ball's going out of bounds to the Irish. They trail 9-4, and we have 7 seconds, as you see in the clock, high in the corner of your screen. Barksdale down the court to O'Neill. Long jump shot by O'Neill will not make it. Rebound in the corner, Buzeas. He drops it. The horn has not sounded. There will be time, conceivably, for a pass in, and when the ball is touched, if it's shot immediately, why, it conceivably could count. Lobbed high in the air. It hits the guy wires, and now the ball will go out of bounds to Proviso East. long pass nearly the length of the court, touched the horn sounds, and we've come to the end of the first period of play. The score, Proviso 9, Peoria Spalding 4. And now let's go to Tournament Central.
With me here in Tournament Central is Mr. Martin Warren, the East Proviso PTA president. Tell us about your arrangements for meeting the team.
Our community is going to welcome back this great team, first of all with a parade, beginning at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, forming on 5th Avenue, south of the Eisenhower Expressway, and proceeding north to Washington Boulevard, and east to the Proviso High School Fieldhouse.
And you'll have a celebration at that field house like the town's never seen.
We surely will.
Thank you, Mr. Warren. Time is up now. Back to the game.
Thank you, Jim Bolin. A rather slow-scoring first period of play. 9-4 in favor of Proviso. We've got Ken Wolbeck into the ball game now. Apparently Ron Patterson feels he's got to have some more size under that basket. Coach Burmaster.
Yes, he's their fireman. He's the so-called John Havlicek of the team. He's a great sixth man, and he's going to give added punch under that bucket.
Brewer controls the tip. Roberts has it for Proviso. The Pirates lead 9-4. We're in the championship game, just starting the second period of play. Of course, the capacity crowd at the Assembly Hall on the campus of the University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana. What a great treat it is to sit in on this March Madness. The state tournament is really something. From one end of the great state of Illinois to the other, that's the consummate wish of every kid to get here to play in this championship game. Buzeus out of the corner, rebound Brewer. Easy two-pointer for the fine center from Proviso East. 11-4 now. Proviso widens its lead to 7 points. Barksdale midway down the side, goes to the baseline. Double team there. Turns, steps inside, shoots, whistle. Foul on Roberts. Barksdale fouled as he made the turn. We'll see how the officials call it. He's going to be shooting a pair. Foul on Roberts, his first. Barksdale makes it an 11-5 game in favor of Proviso. Cuts the margin to 6 points. And that makes it 11-6. Barksdale has 4 points. 11-6. These lads in the blue and white uniforms. Proviso leading. Allen down the right side to the corner. Screens, gives to Buzeus. He can shoot. There's an example of it. Buzeus with 4 points, 13-6. Proviso East. This is for the championship of the state of Illinois. Jenkins across the key, on the go, tried to roll it back up, no good. Rebound is off to Proviso's Jim Brewer. He clears it over to Walt Williams, and the Pirates bring it back on the attack. Alvin O'Neill has been strangely quiet in this ball game. He's had but 1 point. Somebody's doing some kind of defensive job on him. Rebound to Brewer in the corner. Looks to set it up again, flips it back out to Roberts. Roberts gives it to Bill Allen. Allen gets a screen, but elects to go to the baseline and screen instead for Williams, who shoots and hits. 5 points for Williams.
They have several options off that 1-2-2 offense. They can hit Brewer or Roberts on the rollback, or they can hit Buzeus or Williams going to the corner.
15-6, and the Irish better get rolling, or they're going to find themselves shot out of this game. They trail 15-6, 5:50 to play in the first half. With the ball, Bill Allen. Allen to the top of the key. Swings past McGann, back in. Underneath, his scoop shot is no good, and Walbeck picks up the foul. We're at the one and bonus situation now. At the free throw line is Bill Allen. He has 2 points. In fact, every member of the starting 5 for Proviso East has scored. Only 3 men have scored for Peoria Spalding. Free throw by Allen gives him 3 points. Into the ball game comes number 14, Steve Schrader. Checking out, Marty McGann. That's Schrader, number 14, and that 14 is Bill Allen. 17-6 in favor of the Pirates. Allen's got 4 points. Peoria Spalding is down by 11, and they must get off the dime. 5:35 to play in the first half. We don't anticipate, apparently, a high-scoring game. O'Neill's shot partially blocked. Barksdale follows, can't get it up. Ball rolls on the floor. Walbeck hands it back, scrambles, jump ball. On the floor fighting for it, Schrader down along with Allen. Walbeck was down there and tried to scoop it back out in play. We've got the jump ball, but they're going to have Buzeus in there jumping against Schrader. Buzeus is 6'2". Tip control to Proviso, and Brewer has it. Clears it over to Allen. Allen checks with his coach, Tom Milliken, and then brings it over the 10-second line. Goes to the left, screens, gives to Williams, who drives to the lane. Jump shot, banked in. Good move. Walt Williams has 7 points. 19-6. 5 minutes remain in the first half, and Spalding has got to take a timeout. Ron Patterson will be talking to his team. You know, when the telephone company first began televising this exciting tournament back in 1952, Hebron, with less than 100 students, won the championship in the event's only overtime final game. And if memory serves correct, Coach Jack Burmaster, Hebron was the only district school ever to come on and win this title.
That's right. That was something. Back in 51, I believe, 92 students. What a ball club they had.
The Judson boys, Phil and Howie.
That's right, Phil and Howie. I later played with Howie, and what a shooter he was. I think Ron Patterson was smart in calling this timeout. He's got to check the tide here at Proviso East, and he has to do something about these fellas coming along the baseline on that simple screen for the shot. I'm sure he's telling his boys, look, we've got to fight through that screen, or we've got to switch one of the two. Now let's get with it.
The Irish find themselves trailing by 13 points at 19-6, an unenviable spot to be sure. 5 minutes remain in the first half. Jenkins over the 10-second line. On the left side to O'Neill, who has only 1 point. That a free throw. He's at the baseline, guarded by Brewer. Can't shoot. It's back to Jenkins. In the lane, 12-footer. Rebound, Brewer. Boy, the Pirates have worked that defensive board very well. Long lead pass. Wolbeck puts a hand up, bounces it off one of our cameras covering the event, and it's into the crowd and goes out of bounds to Proviso. Proviso East leading 19-6 with 4:39 to play. As you see the scoreboard in the upper portion of your screen, inbound to Brewer. Made it look easy. Brewer's got 5. Very balanced scoring attack here for Proviso. Buzeus has 4. Brewer, as I say, has 5. Walt Williams has got 7. Pass under to Schrader. Fake, shoots. He's got it. Will it count? Yes. Schrader gets it. Williams picks up the foul. His first, and Schrader can make it a 3-point effort. 21-8. Proviso East leading Peoria Spalding for the Illinois State High School Basketball Championship. Short. Ball on the floor. Rebound, scooped up, and Allen brings it on the attack. 21-8. Allen, left to the lane, screens, gives to Williams, jump shot. Oh, that's just the way they diagrammed it, Coach.
Boy, they're awfully hot on that one maneuver. They're just almost unstoppable. They've got the bit in their teeth.
Their outside shooting has been very good tonight, and they're tough defensively. They're giving the Irish just 1 shot. Rebound underneath Barksdale. Couldn't put it in. This time it's off with a jump ball, and we'll have Walbeck jumping against Buzeus. Check that. Alvin O'Neill will go against Buzeus. 23-8. The tip by O'Neill. Baseline. Barksdale. Can't get in. Back out to Schrader. He's got 2 more. 23-10. Pass intercepted by Schrader, but he can't handle it. Lost his footing. Stepped out of bounds.
Tom, and when I interviewed the Spalding boys after their first win, young Schrader told me that 30-footer he sank was no accident. He has confidence in his shot.
Well, he's come in and gotten 2 quick buckets, and that's more than anybody that had been in the ball game before had been able to pick up for the Irish. Now on the rebound, 2 Spalding boys come together. The ball rolls free and is picked up now by Proviso's Roberts. He flips it all the way back out to Allen. Apparently, when things are going bad, they just go bad. Allen holds it, flips it back out on top to Roberts. They lob it in for Brewer. He's double-teamed. Whistle. A foul will be called against number 44. That's Jimmy Moore, just in the game. Moore is in, replacing Jenkins. At the free throw line, Jim Brewer, who has 5 points, shooting the 1-and-1. He qualifies for the bonus. 24-10. 3 minutes remain in the first half. Proviso East on top by 14. Rebound comes rolling back out to Barksdale. Swings to the middle of the floor. Flips it over to Schrader. 24-10 Proviso. Schrader gives to O'Neill to the baseline. Drives in, rolls it up, no good. Rebound, Wallbeck puts it up, no good. Barksdale follows, no good. Tip again, no good. Barksdale puts it up, batted back out. Moore drives, tries to put it up, batted out of bounds by Brewer. How about that?
That's Jim Brewer, Tom. He's just tremendous under there. Even though you get the shot off, you always have to adjust it. You can't shoot it normally because you have his big hand up there.
Schrader flips it into Moore. Moore into the lane. Fall away 12-footer. Jim Moore, recently in the game, gets his first 2 points. 24-12 now. Spalding trails Proviso East by a dozen. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the first half. That's Williams and now Allen. Notice how he checks with the bench. Gets the word from Coach Tom Milliken. Comes to the right side. Baseline, screens for Buzeus. Over the rim, rebound, all Irish. Standing there, O'Neill, Moore, and Barksdale, and they all had a hand in the ball. Quickly realized they were playing on the same team, and Schrader brings it down the floor. Flips it over to Moore. Moore lobs it over to O'Neill. O'Neill turns for a 20-footer. 24-14. Well, there's nothing wrong with the Irish attack, but a few long ones wouldn't help. And now Schrader on an interception by Wallbeck, and the Irish have a chance to draw closer. Schrader in the corner to Wallbeck. Looks in at O'Neill. Instead, shoots himself. It's over the rim. Rebound, Barksdale tries to put it up. He is fouled by Allen.
And wisely, Tom Milliken just called timeout. He's not going to let them get any rally started if he can help it.
24-14 with 1:37 to play in the first half. Proviso East leads Peoria Spalding. Come halftime, we're going to have some very interesting interviews for you. Bob Starr, Jim Boland, and yours truly going to line up some talks with girlfriends and immediate family members of the contenders in this championship contest. Now, we'll find out how they feel about the pressure of the bid for state supremacy. It'll be a lot of fun talking to these interested, eager spectators. Join us and stay with us at halftime. O'Neill's got 3 points. Barksdale has got 4. As I take a quick look at the scoring here in the first half, Moore has 2 points. Schrader's got 4. The Irish have been behind ever since the 5-4 mark, and they trail 24-14, down by 10. And this is young Skeets Barksdale, the 6'3 senior, at the line. He has a pair coming to him. Gets the second one. That gives him 5 points. 24-15, 9-point advantage for Proviso, and the Irish put on a press. In the backcourt, Williams with the ball is over the 10-second line and picks up a foul. Player control foul.
Tom, these are 2 great officials, Glenn Van Prine and John DeMarto, and they're right on the play, and again, that was a fine call.
Moore with the ball for the Irish. Flips it over to O'Neill. O'Neill midway down the left side, looking in. Brewer guarding him. Well, there's 2 great ones, those 2. And that Turner. And this kid right here, Barksdale. He's looking for help. Gives it to Wallbeck out of the corner. Short rebound. Moore underneath has it. Can he get it back up? He can't, but he's fouled by Allen. Allen's second. Moore's given this team a lot of hustle here since coming in, and so has young Schrader.
Yes, he has. Coach Patterson has shaken the lineup a little bit, and he's gotten some results. I think it'd be interesting to note Spalding's defense now. They're in a full court 1-2-2 press with the idea of 2-timing and hoping to force some turnovers, and then they fall back into their basic man-to-man defense.
24-15, the Irish trail, and a couple of free throws missed by young Mr. Moore. 1 minute 2 seconds remaining in the first half. Still a 9-point lead for Proviso East, and the Pirates have the ball. That's Allen directing traffic. Starts to drive across, and Moore picks up a foul. That's his second. And now Allen will go to the free throw line for the Pirates. 50 seconds remain in the first half. Proviso East has been in front. They led 9-4 at the end of the first stanza, and they've continued to dominate this game, leading by as many as 21-6, 15 points. That free throw is good. That gives 5 points to Bill Allen and qualifies him for the bonus. 25-15, 10-point advantage for Proviso East. 26-15. As Allen gets another, and he's got 6 points on the half. Schrader for the Irish of Spalding. Over to Al O'Neill, back out on top to Schrader. Long one-hander off the rim, no good. Rebound all the way back out. Williams hustles down, 1 against 4. 2 against 3 now, brings it all the way back out, sets it up. 33 seconds to go in the half, and the Pirates, I'm sure, will work for the one good shot. Midway to Brewer on the right side. Brewer walks it with a slow dribble toward the center of the floor. Flips it over to Williams. Williams past Schrader over on the far side to Allen. Midway down in the corner to Roberts. He brings it back out, stops, looks, hands it over to Williams for a long jumper with 8 seconds to go, and it's in. 11 points for Williams, and it's 28-15, and the ball came off Schrader's knee and will go out of bounds. Double dribble. 2 seconds remain for Proviso East here in the first half, and they've upped their advantage to 13 points at 28-15. Williams to inbound the ball, fires it high for Brewer. He has it, tips it, almost puts it in. Buzeas puts it up. No basket. No basket, say the officials. And we've come to the end of the first half, and it ended on a thrilling, exciting note. A long inbound pass to Brewer, who tipped it toward the rim. It hung there, fell off. Buzeas batted at it. The gun went off. It went in, but it won't count. And a very impressive first half for Proviso East, a disappointing one for Spalding's Irish. Proviso playing a same steady, tenacious, tough defensive game that we've seen in 3 previous games. Here they have at the half in this championship game the score: Proviso 28, Peoria Spalding 15. So I bring you a summary on the first half. Bob Starr, Jim Boland, going to join me in a series of interesting interviews with fans directly connected with the players on the 2 contending teams. We hope to talk with the girlfriends of some of the players, parents, and friends. Now, here's an idea that'll make your life a whole lot easier.
Hello? It's for you.
When you have a big family and only one telephone, it seems you're always running to call. So why not run-proof your house with 1 or more extension phones, so you can make or take calls right where you are? And now, you can get beautiful new trimline extension phones with the dial that comes to you. Call your Illinois Bell Service representative soon about how to run-proof your house with handy extension phones for the family. The whole family.
So it's been for the first half in this championship game, all Proviso East, as the Pirates hold a rather impressive and certainly commanding 28-15 advantage here at the intermission. And they've been in front all the way as they've dominated this ball game. The Irish of Peoria Spalding starting slowly, unable to build up any type of momentum till midway in the second quarter, closing the gap to within 9 points, but falling back again after missing several key free throws late in the first half. And the Pirates of Proviso East are on top 28-15. Individually, as far as the statistics go, Pete Buzeas has 4 points for Proviso, 1 point for Harvey Roberts. At center, Jim Brewer, still playing on an ankle I'm sure that's bothering him a little bit, has 6 points, though he's been mighty impressive on the defensive board. In fact, largely through his efforts, the Irish of Spalding are getting but 1 shot offensively. The big man, point-wise, for the Pirates, Walt Williams with 11, and he's closely followed by Bill Allen, who's got 6 points. For the Irish, well, things are a little slim. Barksdale has 5, O'Neill has 3, 1 for Jenkins, 2 for Moore, and 4 for Steve Schrader. And Schrader's come on to get those 4 in a substitute's role. 9-4 at the period, at the half 28-15, and it's been Proviso East all the way. I'll be bringing you the second half of the championship game in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, let us join Bob Starr now out on the Assembly Hall floor to meet a couple of special guests that he has with him. And here's Bob.
These 2 lovely young ladies are the wives of the competing coaches here in the state championship final ball game. On my right is Mrs. Tom Milliken, the wife of head coach Tom Milliken of Proviso East, and on my left is Sherry Patterson, the wife of Ron Patterson of Peoria Spalding. You've been down here before in a tournament capacity. How do you like it? Is it a little nerve-wracking?
Very nerve-wracking, yes. But
What is it like around your house during the season, Miss Milliken? Pretty tough during basketball season?
Well, it's like any other house, I guess, during basketball season.
You have children?
We have one boy, yes.
Is he a basketball player?
No, I think he's going to be a football player.
Mrs. Patterson, this is your first time, Sherry.
Yes, it is.
Kind of nervous?
Well, yes, and it's kind of a thrill, too, though. It's wonderful to be here, but I don't know. I'm real proud of Ron and the boys, no matter whether we win or lose tonight.
He's a young man, and you'll both be back again many times, I'm sure.
Well, I hope so.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Mrs. Milliken, Sherry Patterson. Now, here's Tom Kelly with two more fans, one backing each team.
Thank you, Bob, and I have with me two very pretty girls, one very happy, one very nervous, one kind of sad. This, of course, is Hope Johnson, who is from Proviso, and Hope, you're pretty happy about this whole thing.
Oh,
so
I'm
far.
very happy. I'm really excited.
And you've got a special interest in this ball game
Yes,
because...
sir.
Tell us who your boyfriend is.
Harvey Roberts, better known as Rooster.
Better known as Rooster, and if our fans take a real good look, you'll see that Hope is wearing a button that says Rooster Booster. Huh? That kind of marks you special for Harvey, huh?
Yes, sir.
You're having a good time, aren't you?
Very.
A little bit excited. This is Mary Bartolo from the Academy, and she's pulling for Peoria Spalding, but it's been kind of a slow going in the first half, isn't it, Mary?
That's true, but they'll pull through, I know.
And your boyfriend is Skip Terrell.
That's right.
He started, but then they kind of took him out.
Yeah, well.
Think we'll see him back in the game?
I'm sure.
I'm sure we will, too. Girls, thank you very much, and I hope the game turns out the way you want it. Hope both of you are happy. I don't know if that can be possible, but thank you for being with us. And now, Jimmy Bolin has two more people he'd like to introduce. Let's go to him. Jim?
Thanks, Tom. We have here Beverly Williams, who is the president of the Proviso East Pom-Pom Squad. I guess because of the lack of tickets, you couldn't bring all 40 girls, is it, you have in the group?
Well, we tried to get them all down here as a group, but we couldn't. However, we did succeed in getting all of them down here at least one of the 2 days.
What kind of activities do you have with the Pom-Pom girls?
We have 31 girls, and they perform dance routines at the football and basketball games and at most of our pep assemblies.
And I presume they use blue and white pom-poms.
Well, sometimes we put a little colored ones in there for a little variety.
Thank you very much, Beverly. And here is Larry Mishler of Peoria Spalding. You are the president of the Letterman's Club there, and you're quite a football player, I see.
Yeah, well, I try.
You were champions of your mid-9 conference up there the last 2 years. What's the position you play?
I'm a guard on offense and a middle linebacker on defense.
Is your team going to win this thing?
Well, I hope so.
Okay, thank you very much, Beverly Williams and Larry Mishler. Now it's almost time to join Tom Kelly at courtside for the second half of the championship game. What do animals have to do with your telephone service? Watch this. Find out.
In the spring, a young man's fancy turns to thoughts of love. If he's a gopher like Bernard, his first love is telephone cable. Gophers love to gnaw on it. They can shred an ordinary cable to pieces. But today, Bernard is in for a surprise because his lunch is wrapped in steel. Western Electric makes underground cable that way for the Bell telephone network to resist corrosion and moisture and to discourage Bernard and his friends. We've got nothing against gophers, but either Bernard gives up his lunch or you give up your phone service, and we'll do anything to prevent that. Don't feel too badly about Bernard. Remember, it's spring. Western Electric. We make Bell telephones. We also make the underground cable that gophers don't gopher. Western Electric, manufacturing and supply unit of the Bell system.
So the second half is about to get underway. 28-15. Proviso East is in front of Peoria Spalding, and the Pirates have really had it all their own way in the first half, gentlemen.
I was thinking about what you were saying, Tom, the fact that Proviso East seems to cause more of Peoria Spalding's mistakes in this first half. I think they became a little bit disconcerted. They weren't quite as set as they would be. I mean, speaking of Spalding, they were a little bit haphazard in their play and so on, and I think this was caused by Proviso East's tenacity, the way they harass you on defense all the time. And I would imagine Ron Patterson has tried to settle them down a little bit and make them adjust to this kind of thing and know that Alvin O'Neill is going to be kept out from underneath there. There are going to be 2 or 3 guys on him, and the other people are going to have to pick up.
That's right, Bob. They're forcing them out of their regular offensive pattern through their great defensive position and the helping of the teammates. Alvin O'Neill certainly has got to get going this half to make it a ball game. In the meantime, Proviso, I'm sure, is just going to stay in their same pattern, their same offense and defense. They'll play that basic tough man-to-man, and right now they just look awesome.
The one thing that happened to Spalding tonight in this ball game so far in the first half happened to them in the Aurora East semifinal game this afternoon. They hit a little cold spell in there and fell behind. They did it again here this evening in that first period and early in the second period before they were able to kind of mount a little bit of momentum. And you just can't afford to have that. Your people have to hit at least 30 or 35, 40% of their shots to at least stay close to a team like Proviso East.
Yes, in a championship game, you can't afford the luxury of any of those dull spells that you just spoke about. But I think Peoria now is going to have to come out and run and gun a little more. They're going to put more pressure down here defensively and hope to cause some turnovers and maybe get a little momentum of their own going. They're going to have to stay in this ball game.
In prior games, the Irish have had the advantage of 1 or 2 men, aside from Barksdale and O'Neill, catching a little bit of fire. Thorell got some important points in their first game win against Belleville East. Wolbeck came off the bench and got some mighty impressive and important points in their victory over Aurora East. And yet tonight, Wolbeck has not scored. Thorell started, did not score, has come out of the game. And Coach Patterson has had to go to Jim Moore and Steve Schrader. And they actually have nearly as many points as anybody on the floor. Schrader with 4 and Moore with 2. While the high point man for the Irish is Barksdale, and he has only 5. So it's been a rather dismal first half for the Irish, and you look now at Proviso East, and they huddle with their coach, Tom Milliken, and he's got a ball club that's out in front by 13 at 28 to 15, and well, the state title is just 16 minutes away from him.
No question. Tom is going to experience, if things go the way it is, certainly just a tremendous thrill, and he deserves it. He's been in this game a long time, and he's a veteran coach, very knowledgeable.
So we're ready for the second half. Brewer to jump for Proviso and O'Neill, and the tip goes to Roberts of Proviso East. Flips it back out on top to Williams. Williams over to Allen. Jenkins, number 12, along with McGann, back in to start the game, and Thorell is back in for the Irish, along with Barksdale and, of course, Alvin O'Neill. They're in a zone. Yes, go ahead, Coach.
I was just to say they're in their 1-2-2 zone now, and well, I don't know, the way Buzeas and Williams and these guys can hit, that almost looks disastrous also. I don't know what I'd do if I were Ron Patterson at this stage.
30-15, Buzeas tosses in a nifty 2-pointer for Proviso East. Inbound inside pass to Thorell, tried for the shot. Buzeas picks up his second foul. Buzeas is, I think, a remarkably gifted shooter. Got an awful nice touch.
He certainly is. The thing that I dislike about that is we have to look at him at Evanston next year.
Free throw by Jenkins, by Thorell is good. That's his first point of the ball game. And it's 30-16 in favor of Proviso East. Thorell gets point number 2, and that is 30-17 now. The Irish trailing by 13. We've just started the third period of play. Williams in the backcourt, flips it over to Allen. Allen still in the backcourt, clears it down to Buzeas, back out to Allen. Champaign Central won 3rd place in a ball game seen earlier here. Underneath, Roberts all alone. Beautiful defensive play by O'Neill. Champaign beat Aurora East 56-49, and then O'Neill throwing it underneath, has it tipped away, and it goes out of bounds. It'll go to the Irish. Thorell inbounds the ball to O'Neill at the baseline. Underneath to Thorell, puts it up, it wouldn't go in. Buzeas had a hold of his arm. Say the officials, that's the 3rd foul on Buzeas, and it'll be Thorell at the free throw line. Champaign Central, with Clyde Turner getting 37 points, beat Aurora East for 3rd place. Thorell gets his 3rd point of the night, 30-18, Proviso leading. 30-19. Spalding pulls to within 11 points. In the backcourt, Allen for the Pirates over to Williams. They've got the big fella Brewer at midcourt, and a foul is going to be called on Walt Williams, and that's his third. And the ball goes out of bounds. McGann inbounding it to Jenkins. See if the Irish can take advantage of the turnover. O'Neill going to be called for traveling, and that ball's going out of bounds. So the Irish return the favor and give the ball right back.
And this 1-2-2 press, the place to beat it is in the middle, right where they threw it, into Jim Brewer and let him look down the floor. If you're going to dribble against it, you're going to pick up those charging fouls.
Roberts has it. Goes to the baseline left side, under to Brewer. He's there alone and puts it in. Brewer with 8 points, and it's 32-19 now. Proviso East out in front. 32-19, long left-hand push by Thorell. And that gives him 6 points, and he suddenly has found his shooting eye here in the second half. 32-21, 11-point lead for Proviso. Brewer up the floor with a pass over the 10-second line. Allen has it poked away, scrambled for it. Ball is free. Barksdale picks it up over the 10-second line. Stops, holds it, flips it over to Thorell. Down the left side, bounce pass in. O'Neill underneath, puts it up, hangs it on the rim, and in it goes. 32-23, 9-point lead for Proviso. The Irish putting on a bit of a rush here. Pass up the floor. Brewer has it near midcourt. Comes over the 10-second line. Whistle. Foul will be called on McGann. Thorell. Make it Thorell. 5:22 to play. In this, the third period, 32-23, Proviso leads.
Well, the Irish are living up to their name, Tom. They're really scrapping now. They've cut the score down here to 9 points, make it 10, but they're not about to give up.
Brewer makes it 33-23. Proviso East in this, the championship game. Third period, and the Pirates have a 10-point advantage. Barksdale in close, can't get the crib shot. Rebound, Buzeas. Whistle. Timeout is being asked for by Proviso East. And the score here in the third period. Proviso 33, Peoria Spalding 23. And now, here's Jim Bolin.
Thank you. I'd like to remind our viewers that following this final game of the 1969 tournament, we'll have coverage of the trophy presentation. It's truly the climax of this great event. I'm sure you won't want to miss it. Now let's go back to Tom Kelly.
Thank you, Jim. The Irish having a better third period so far than they did in either of the previous two quarters of play. They've cut the deficit to 10 points. For a moment there, they had it down to 9. And now they're likely to find a new Proviso East team when they come back out there. I'm sure that Coach Milliken is devising something about the press, or perhaps hoping to stop the Irish attack. I see Carswell is coming into the ball game, number 30.
I'm sure Tom's not happy the way the Pirates have gone against this press. I think he has Carswell in here now for a little more ball handling. He'll probably keep Brewer a little bit closer to that bucket.
He does have that in mind, obviously. Coach Burmaster, he's got Brewer playing way down the floor, and Carswell is the middleman, and over the 10-second line, Williams gets the ball, flips it over to Allen, nearly a steal, but not quite. Baseline underneath, shot by Roberts. He's got 2. And it's 35-23. Proviso East leading by 12 with 4:44 to play in the third period. Long jump shot by McGann. That's his first basket. 35-25. 10-point lead once again for the Pirates. Carswell in the backcourt. Flips it back over to Allen. Allen flips it across to Williams. Williams nearly has it picked away, but with the ball, Carswell, Williams, 20-foot jumper. Rebound, Brewer. Boy, he just too big.
Went right over the top of him, Thorell, right over the top.
37-25, and Brewer has 11 points. Pass in, slapped away. Jenkins feeds it back into O'Neill, and it's picked away by Carswell.
That's where that quickness pays off.
Carswell up the floor with the ball to Williams. Williams to Roberts, midway down on the left side. To Carswell in the lane, and the compliment is returned. Barksdale flips it away. Lead pass, shot attempt, no good. Actually, Barksdale threw that bounce pass too low for Jenkins to handle, and he was fortunate to get as good a shot away as he did. Williams with the ball, flips it to Brewer. Well out and midway on the right side. He's going to shoot from there. Rebound comes off Thorell. Lead pass up the floor, McGann. 3-on-1. And he throws it away. Well, McGann goes out. Moore comes in. Walbeck comes in for the Irish. 37-25, 12-point lead for Proviso. Carswell top of the key, back out on top to Williams, over to Allen. We're in the third period with 3:10 to play. And Proviso East has had it all their own way throughout this championship game so far. Foul will be called on Moore. That's his third.
Ball is on Jim Forward, number 44.
Good disciplined ball club, Proviso. They take the good coaching, apparently, and they're doing exactly what Milligan wants them to do.
Yes, they're able to adapt to almost every situation out there. No matter what the defense does, they adjust to it offensively.
Bill Allen's free throw gives them a 7-point total, 38-25 now. Proviso leads Peoria Spalding. 2:58 to play in the third period. A step, a left-hand push by Thorell, no good. Rebound, Brewer holds it, and then lobs it over to Williams. Walbeck chases him down, but Williams still in the backcourt, flips it across to Allen. Allen over the 10-second line. Puts it in the middle to Carswell. Carswell goes in the lane, flips to Roberts on the left side, traveling. Roberts went up, wanted to shoot, thought better of it, came down, got the whistle. Capacity crowd here at the Assembly Hall to watch these two fine teams battle for the most coveted trophy of them all. State championship. Thorell wheels his way in heavy traffic. Back out on top to Moore. Moore tries to pass over, slapped in the air, grabbed by O'Neal. He's double teamed. He can't get it in. Drives, tries to put it in. Shot just falls away, and it's picked up and grabbed off by Williams. And I'm telling you, Proviso is mighty tough on defense.
You know, we talk about all these other fellas rebounding, Roberts, Brewer, and Bazeas, but those two guards do their share, too, Williams and Allen. Allen looks awfully tired right now, and I wouldn't doubt if we got some relief for him.
Out of the corner, Roberts with the jump shot, rolls the rim, rebounds Thorell. Thorell clears it to Moore. Moore to the top of the key. Fires a pass and throws it out of bounds.
Well, Ron Patterson slumped in his chair on that one. That's 2 in a row they've thrown away on the fast break.
Minute 43 remaining in the third period. Proviso leading by 13 at 38-25. That's exactly the margin they had at halftime, only it was 28-15. Third period of this championship game. Carswell top of the key. Moore wrestles it away, pushes it in front of him. Down he goes, reaching in, picking it away. Carswell. Moore gets it back, shoots and hits. Moore's got 4 points. 38-27. Irish continue to apply the pressure in the backcourt, but Proviso continues to lead. Their margin 11 points with 1:06 to go in the third period. Brewer with the ball. Midway on the right side, drives to the corner, pokes away, he grabs it back, whistle. Foul is going to be called, it'll be on Walbeck. His second, and Big Jim Brewer will go to the free throw line. Brewer, so far in this game, has a total of 11 points, and he's the high point man. Tied for that honor with Walt Williams. Turnaround by Roberts is good. Roberts now has a total of 5 points. 40-27 Proviso. Thorell in and out and back in again. Thorell's got 8. It's now 40-29. Two clubs exchange buckets with a half minute remaining in this, the third period. Proviso East with the ball. That's Roberts. Back out to Allen. They'll hold it for one last one. 28 seconds, or try to. Roberts. Back out to Allen. Over to Williams. Double teamed. Roberts with it again. Allen glances at the clock, gives it back to Roberts.
Tom Milliken.
Go ahead.
Tom Milliken always instructs his boys to hold that ball up over their head. Guys like Brewer and Roberts, you just can't get it away from them when they do that.
Carswell misses it. Rebound. Walbeck. He fires it off the end of the court. And we've come to the end of the third period of play. Score Proviso East 40, And Peoria Spalding 29. 11-point advantage for the Pirates. Well, Bob Starr, do you think the Irish can catch them?
They're going to have to play much better, as simple as that. They're playing very sloppily right now. They've lost the ball on fast breaks. It could have helped them greatly, and they haven't been able to do it. Thornton is causing, not Thornton, but Proviso East is causing them to make mistakes. And in one little series there, they had a chance to pick up about 6 quick points, and they weren't able to convert it. And that's the kind of thing they have to eliminate, and they've got 8 minutes to do it.
Well, there's Coach Milliken. What has he got down there, Jack Burmaster?
Well, it almost looks like a game of some kind, doesn't it?
Tic-tac-toe, perhaps?
I don't think they're that loose that they're playing games right now. He's diagramming something, I'm sure, offensively.
Well, the Pirates come back on the court. The Irish are waiting for him. Proviso East on top by 11 at 40-29 in the final 8 minutes. And this game in the championship for 69 will be in the record books. O'Neill against Brewer. Brewer controls the tip. The ball rolling free. Moore tries to save it. It is grabbed right at the sideline. Carswell to Roberts, who drives, shoots, and a foul is going to be called, and it'll be on Roberts. His second. Player control violation. The ball out of bounds. Jenkins inbounds the ball, and Correll brings it up over the 10-second line. Over to Moore, and a foul's going to be called on Carswell. And Correll will go to the line. Correll had a good third period. He got 8 points for the Irish.
He's one of the few left-handed shooters down here in the tournament. He's a good one. Very nice touch.
Good free throw shooter. He's made 5 in a row in that department. 40-30, favor of Proviso. 40-31. Well, the Irish are within 9 points. 7:41 remaining in this, the championship game, 4th and final period of play. Tom Kelly, Bob Starr, Jack Burmaster, we've had a wonderful time. Seen some fine teams, some great individual players. Jack, before I forget it, I know that I share the opinion with Bob Starr and Jim Bolin. We certainly have enjoyed working with you on this show.
It's been a thrill for me to be here, and you guys really make it easy to work this. I don't mean easy, but you make it easy for me.
Thank you, Coach. Beautiful 2-point bucket by Brewer. Lob pass underneath. Barksdale, it's off his fingertips and out of bounds. 42-31. Just when the Irish looked like they might close the gap, Proviso East opens it up again. Now they're up on top by 11 again. Big, strong, tall, talented team. Underneath, over the rim, the shot by Allen. Rebound to O'Neill, down the floor, long pass. Jenkins, right hand push over the rim. Rebound Carswell. He clears it over to Williams, and Williams comes back on the attack. 6:39 to play. 4th and final period, championship game. Champaign Central beat Aurora East 56-49 in the third place struggle. Clyde Turner got 37 points. Ball slapped away, picked off by Barksdale. Down the left side, looks back, gives to Terrell, steps in the lane underneath to O'Neill. Good pass. O'Neill now has 7 points, and it's 42-33. Again, a 9-point lead for Proviso. Tom Milliken, I think, wants a timeout for his Proviso club. That's what he's asking for. With 6:05 remaining in this, the 4th period, Proviso leading 42-33 over Peoria Spalding. You know, this is the 18th annual State High School Basketball Tournament brought to you by the men and women of Illinois Bell. There's your scoreboard, 42-33. Well, the Irish have been within 9 a couple of times, this being the second time in this period. There's time left, 6 minutes. But they would have to get it now and get 1 bucket and maybe 2 to get themselves back into it.
Yes, Tom, you know, this pressure defense of the Irish is really taking its toll little by little. Proviso is really not handling it as well as Tom would like to see them do so. They're a little bit sloppy now, and I'm sure this is why he called a timeout again, to again go over how to go through this pressure defense that the Irish are putting on.
Williams will inbound the ball right at midcourt. Puts it in the backcourt to Allen. Allen holds it there. 6:03, 6:02, and now 6 minutes left in the game. 9-point lead for Proviso East. Both of these teams will go to their respective hometowns tomorrow. There's the jump ball call and get royal civic welcomes.
The Irish changed their defense at that timeout. They went to a man-to-man pressure defense instead of the zone press.
Forced the jump ball, but Proviso East retains the basketball on the tip. And Allen comes over the 10-second line. Drives down left of the lane, puts it in the corner to Carswell. Back out. Top of the key to Williams. Lobs it in for Brewer. Whistle, and the foul is going to be called on Thorell. His third.
The only move he had.
Yes.
Got in front of him, and he was going to either get the ball or hook him, and he missed the ball.
He was behind them a few moments ago, and Brewer just turned around and banked in a 12-footer right over him. Brewer picks up his 8th point of this half, his 14th point of the night, and it's 43-33. And once again, Proviso has a 10-point lead. Thorell's shot went in and came right back out again. You see the scoreboard at 5:27, and the seconds ticking away. We're here in the 4th period. Proviso East moving on toward a state high school basketball championship victory. Brewer, baseline, rolls the rim, rebound, battle. Carswell is there, puts it right back. Suddenly at 47-33. From a 9-point deficit, they trail now by 14, and that little lady obviously was pulling for Spalding. Barksdale's 4-foot turnaround. He has 7 points. 47-35. Proviso has never won a state title. This is their second trip here. Long shot out of the corner, right to the hands of Alvin O'Neill. Up the floor to Moore. Moore to Thorell, driving, lays it in. He's got the bucket. And a foul is going to be called on Allen as Thorell went to the floor very hard. Slowly gets up. He's cut the deficit 47-37. 10-point lead for Proviso, and Skip Thorell, the 6'3 senior, who has come alive in the second half and has 12 points for his evening's work. Could cut it back to 9, but he doesn't. All right, 47-37, 4:18 to play. Proviso East has been in front throughout this entire ball game. Foul will be called on Jenkins. His first, and we'll have Bill Allen at the free throw line. 1 in the bonus coming up.
Important free throws coming up here. If he can make both these, it's going to be awfully tough. If he misses and the Irish get the rebound, there's still a chance.
Rebound to Brewer at the baseline, and a foul is called on Moore.
Foul on Skip Moore, number 44.
I think Moore, did he hurt himself? I thought he might have twisted an ankle. I guess he's all right. He hurt an ankle, but Brewer's free throw is good. 15 points for Brewer, and he has another coming. Checking in will be Rick Scheidley.
I can't get over how small that ball looks in Brewer's hand.
That makes it 49-37. Proviso East coasting now with a 12-point advantage and 4:10 to play. Scheidley's come into the ball game now to replace Moore for Peoria Spalding. Proviso out in front. They've been in front throughout the entire game. Jenkins gives it over to Al O'Neill to the baseline. Fakes. Brewer shoots. Brewer fouled him. That is foul number 3 on Brewer.
Jimmy Brewer doesn't believe that call, but that's right. He did lean into O'Neill. O'Neill put a real good fake on him. He's got a lot of moves, but he hasn't been able to get away with it against Brewer like he has the rest of the tournament.
Here's O'Neill at the line, and his free throw is good. For Al O'Neill, that gives him a total now of 8 points for the night. If O'Neill were to score 17, he would be the tournament scoring leader. He now has 9 points for the night. And it's 49-39. 10-point lead once again for Proviso. 3:56 to play. Irish hoping to pull out a miracle, but the Pirates are been very tough, very talented tonight. Jenkins bats it away. Inbound pass to Brewer. Brewer drives over the 10-second line, and in doing so, sends Thorell spinning off the end of the court.
I tell you one thing, Tom Kelly, Jack, you can never fault Peoria Spalding for lack of hustle. That's for one thing for sure.
They certainly don't know what it means to give up, and that's a great credit to them and to their coach.
Brewer with 16 points is at the line. That's number 17. 50-39. Proviso leading. On their way to winning their first ever Illinois State High School basketball championship. Rebound, Roberts poked away on the floor, rolling free. Carswell is fouled, and that one is on Jenkins.
Tom, I think one of the amazing things about Proviso this year, they've been rated number 1 practically the whole season by the various polls, and they've lived up to this rating. This is sometimes tough.
Rebound to O'Neal. O'Neal down the floor to Barksdale in the lane. Fakes once, puts up a 5-footer, no good. O'Neal tips, no good. Rebound is off. Roberts has it. 50-39 in favor of Proviso East. Williams in the corner to Carswell. Underneath to Roberts. Poked away. Ball on the floor. Picked up by Alvin O'Neal. 2-on-2. O'Neal drives down. Baseline. Puts up the shot and banks it in. 12 points for O'Neal. Make it 11. 50-41. 9-point lead with 3 minutes to go. Proviso trying to hold on to it and pull off their first ever win for the state title. Now 763 schools started play last February in the tournament. Each one had designs on being here, Jack Burmaster, including your Evanston club.
Yes, we didn't last long this year, Tom.
Foul is called on Shidley. Into the ball game, Walbeck, and he's going to replace Thorell, and Thorell has really taken a beating physically out there. He's been on Brewer, primarily defensively, for a good part of the second half, and Brewer has really worked him over. So Thorell goes to the bench with a total of 12 points and a fine evening's work, especially in the second half. Free throw by Allen, and Allen's had a fine night. He's got 10 points and has been outstanding handling the ball. 51-41, again a 10-point lead. Make it an 11-point lead at 52-41. Allen receipts for both of those free throws. Jenkins for the Irish down the left of the lane, shooting as he goes. No good. Rebound follow-up is good by Barksdale. 52-43, 9-point lead. The Irish are holding tough, but they've not been able to close the gap any farther than that. Walbeck forces a jump ball with Brewer, and they'll come to center court. 2:16 remaining.
Tom, I actually think the Pirates are getting a little bit tired now. This game combined with the game this afternoon, they just look a little physically weary out there.
Tip is controlled by the Pirates, and Roberts has it. Gives it over to Brewer. Brewer flips it over to Allen. Allen goes to the center of the court, top of the key, passing it back out to Williams. Williams double team, clears it over to Allen. Minute 56. And Shidley reaches in, picks up a foul. His second. 52-43 in favor of Proviso East. 53-43. Allen has 12 points. Shidley goes out. Marty McGann comes in for the Irish. Allen for the bonus attempt with a minute 54 to play. Rebound Walbeck, and he throws it away. Pirates will inbound the ball. Minute 52, they lead, 53-43. Carswell over to Allen. There's it to Roberts, back out on top to Carswell. He is fouled by Jenkins. Into the ball game, Shidley. Jenkins goes out. 53-43, a minute 38 to play. 10-point lead for Proviso East. Well, Tom Milliken must be just sitting there waiting, and waiting. Wondering why that clock doesn't move, Jack. McGann's up-court pass. Stolen, saved, pass back in. Allen has it, drives in all alone, lays it in for two. Boy, that's some kind of hustle on the part of Proviso.
He didn't look tired then, did he?
Certainly didn't, and now he's got another one. We know basket. A foul is called on Scheidle. Allen nearly had 4 quick points. He jumps the lead to 55-43. And while Proviso has gone well in front now by 12 points over Peoria Spalding, we will pause 5 seconds for station identification. Allen apparently suffered a muscle spasm, maybe a Charlie horse, jammed the calf on his left leg, and he may be coming out, Jack.
Yes, looks like he turned his ankle on that last drive-in attempt where he was fouled, but he's walking it off now. I'm sure he doesn't want to come out.
Minute 17 remaining when play resumes. The Irish trail by 12, 55-43. And Allen will be at the free throw line. Peoria Spalding got within 9 points a couple of times, but never get closer than that. And now Proviso East, minute 17 away from their first ever state basketball title.
And Tom, if I can say it, I know that we all try to remain as neutral as possible, but I guess it's no secret that I am from the northern part of the state in the Suburban League, and certainly now that it's over, it's awfully good to see Tom win it and keep it in our league. And they're sure a great representative of our league and of the whole state.
57-43 for the Pirates, a minute 11. With it is down. O'Neal, a swinging hook is no good. The tip no good. Rebound underneath. Barksdale's shot rolls off. Wolbeck tips it in. 57-45. We're in the final minute of play. The ball is out of bounds. Jump ball. Jump ball with Williams jumping against Wolbeck. And now coming into the ball game, number 50 is Sykes, and Brewer's going out. Listen to the hand he's going to get. "17 points for Brewer as he goes to the bench. The tip. Jump shot by McGann, no good. Wolbeck has the rebound at the baseline, scores it. 57-47, a 10-point lead for Proviso East, and a foul is called on Scheidle. Checking into the Spalding lineup, Fred Slavin. Going out is Scheidle. Some substitutions in now for Proviso East. Number 34 coming in, John Munchoff. Coming out, Robert.
Boy, there's a guy that deserves a hand, too, that Harvey Roberts.
Amen. Number 14 is Steve Schrader checking in for McGann. At the free throw line is Williams. He has 11 points, all in the first half. That gives him 12, and he'll have a bonus free throw coming. Into the game, Keith Rash, and coming out of the game is Bill Allen. Boy, he played a fine game, 16 points. He got nearly a hero's welcome at the Proviso bench.
Yeah, he and that other boy, Williams, are a great pair of guards.
Rebound is off to Wolbeck, clears it up the floor. Schrader's long pass. Lavin's jump shot in for two. So it's 57-58-49, and a foul is called in the backcourt on Wolbeck. 58-49, Proviso East. Getting ready to come into the ball game is Godfrey for Proviso, and getting ready to come out will be Walt Williams. O'Neal has the tip. On the rebound, he tips it up the floor. Schrader For the Wallbeck, driving baseline, turnaround 15-footer, no good. Rebound Barksdale, that is good. 11 point, 58, 51. And Proviso East has won their first ever state basketball title. And as your television set says, and there was one king, and that's Proviso East of Maywood. Our congratulations to them. What a fine game they played.
Well, I just echo what you said, Tom. They're a great ball club, and truly, as they said of our ball club last year, they are really number one now, and they're just a tremendous, powerful team.
Well, it was a great victory for them, I'm sure, and I think much credit and much praise should be sent not only to Proviso East, but to Peoria Spalding. The job that young Ron Patterson did, the fine job that his team did. First time that Spalding has ever gotten as far as the championship game. They lost by 7 to a tall, talented, and tonight truly outstanding basketball team. And you can see as players from both Proviso and Spalding congratulate each other, both convinced that each played a very, very fine basketball game. You're looking at the Pirates in the dark jerseys, and of course they are a very happy group. Brewer, Williams, Allen, Roberts. They stand surrounded by the press, our television cameras, photographers. The Irish are out there too. Not quite as happy, of course. I think proud of their accomplishment nonetheless. Realizing that they are in second place and that they gave it their best and lost to a truly fine basketball team. Now Tom Milliken joins his club. Ron Patterson has been out on the floor or is walking slowly out onto the floor where he'll join his Spalding team. And that big moment has finally arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the championship team to claim its crown. The title sought so diligently by 762 other high schools throughout Illinois. So now let us join Harry Fitzhugh, Executive Secretary of the Illinois High School Association, for the second place and then championship trophy presentations in the 62nd high school tournament.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention? Will you be quiet, please? Just a minute. And now for the presentation of the runner-up and the championship trophies to the winning teams. Here is the Executive Secretary of the Illinois High School Association, Mr. Harry Fitzhugh.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege and pleasure to introduce Mr. Forrest L. Tabor, President of the Illinois High School Association and Principal of the Rock Falls High School. Mr. Tabor will present the first and second place trophies. Forrest?
Thank you, Harry. Ladies and gentlemen, the 62nd annual Illinois State High School basketball tournament is now history. May I remind you that you have been seated in the finest facility for viewing basketball in the United States and watching the greatest high school basketball in this country. I want to take just a moment to congratulate the 8 participating schools, their coaches, their teams, their fans, on the excellent sportsmanship that has been displayed throughout this entire tournament. And now, at this time, I would like to ask Coach Ron Patterson of the Spalding Irish Coach, I have here some silver basketballs for you and the members of your coaching staff and your team. You've done an excellent job. These young men have wound up the season with a 28-4 record, I believe, and have been a fine representative from the central part of the state. Again, our congratulations to you and your young men. And now, if co-captains Jenkins and McMahon would come forward, we'd like to present you the second place trophy, and again, our congratulations. Congratulations, boys. An excellent job. This year, again, the championship goes back up to the northern part of the state. I'd like to ask Coach Milliken to come forward. Tom, would you come in, please? Congratulations. I'm not sure how many records have been broken this year, but I know that one was. Coach Milliken is the first member of a state championship basketball team, Duster Thomas's 1948 Pinckneyville team, to himself coach a state champion, and Tom, our heartiest congratulations. He's amassed a rather remarkable coaching record. I'd like to share it with you. 213 victories out of 274 games, and this is really fantastic. These young men over here, a 29-1 record this year. Here, your gold basket. 30. I'm sorry. 30.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Tom, may I do one thing? May I ask your assistant, Coach Bill Ebenezer, to step out here and take a bow? You see, he happens to be from our hometown, and if I don't, his mother and dad are going to be angry at me for the rest of my life. And now, Captain, may I present you with the net symbolic of the championship. Our heartiest congratulations to you, the new state winners, champions of the state of Illinois. Our congratulations. Hold up.
Thank you, Mr. Tabor. Ladies and gentlemen, if I might borrow the words of a great friend of mine, let me say this. Drive safely. We'd like to see you back next year. Congratulations. Thank you.
So that just about concludes the activities on the floor. That was Mr. Harry Fitzhugh, who's the Executive Secretary of the Illinois High School Association. Seeing the winners get their trophies, the individual players and the coaches honored. Quite an honor for Tom Milliken. He played on a championship club, and he coached one, and the final here was 58-51. Very shortly, Bob Starr will have an interview for us with the members of the winning team and their coach. That'll come right after I give you a summary on the title game. So first, let's go to Jim Boland in Tournament Central.
Thanks, Tom. We'll be looking for you down here in Tournament Central. And now here's an idea that will make your life a whole lot easier.
times when your phone seems 1,000 steps away. When your phone seems so far away, think how an extension could help. One in the kitchen would let you make calls and dinner too. Because extension phones keep everything moving, except you. For your step-saving extension phone, just call your service representative or ask your telephone man. Remember, extension phones keep everything moving, except you.
Jimmy Bolin and I will have a summary of the championship game in just a moment. Then we're going to be joining Bob Starr for an interview with the 1969 state champions, Proviso East. First of all, I'd like to remind you that this marks the 18th year that Illinois Bell Telephone has brought you this great event on television. And over the years, your comments and criticisms have been very helpful. And we certainly do hope that you will drop us a line this year and let us know how you think we've done. Just drop a card or a letter to Illinois Bell Basketball, 225 West Randolph, Chicago, Illinois, 60606. That's Illinois Bell Basketball, 225 West Randolph, Chicago, Illinois, 60606. Now, Jim Bolin and I will get into the summary of this championship game. It was Proviso East all the way. They led at the end of the first period, 9-4, increased their margin to 13 points at 28-15 with the halftime advantage. They were up by 11 at the end of 3 periods of play, 40-29. They saw their margin shrink to a 9-point lead at 50-41, but they kept coming back, maintaining their advantage, and won it going away 58-51 over a Peoria Spalding ball club that fought valiantly and well, but actually were outmanned by this tall, talented team from the Suburban League up north.
Tom, we finally saw Jim Brewer get into the scoring column, and this is the thing that we've been waiting for all during the tournament. They've played very fine defensive basketball, and all of the scores have been low-scoring games that we've seen throughout the entire 16 tournament this week. Finally, Brewer had his night.
He did indeed, Jim Bolin, and he led the team in scoring with 17 points, but the balance of this Proviso East attack was almost devastating. 16 to Bill Allen, 17 points for Brewer, 12 for Walt Williams, another 6 points for Pete Buzeos, 3 points for Ira Carswell, whereas the Spalding Irish got 11 points out of Barksdale and 11 out of O'Neill, 2 excellent basketball players, and then 12 points from Skip Thorell. Rest of the scoring, 4 points for Wolbeck, 4 for Moore, 4 for Schrader, 2 points for Rich Lavin, and 2 points for Marty McGann, and 1 point scored by Art Jenkins. Repeating for you again, it was 9-4, 28-15, 40-29, and Proviso East won it, and won it well, 58-51, and they are the new state champs. So there they are, and let's switch over and meet the new 1969 state champions. And let's go to Bob Starr.
These are the champions, Tom. Let's talk to them. Proviso East, this is Pete Buzeos, the young fellow here, a forward. Peter, what's your reaction right off the top of your head?
Well, it just feels great to be part of the state championship team. We knew if we played it, we knew if we could play our best. If we played our best, we could do pretty good, but we didn't expect to win, but we won, and it just feels great. That's all I know.
Are you a little tired now after playing 2 in 1 day?
I'm very tired, and I can't wait to get home.
Who's the fellow next to you here?
My name is Ernest Lewis.
Ernest?
Yes.
Ernest, you must be, you're assistant trainer or manager or something or other?
Yes.
This is kind of exciting for you, isn't it?
Yes.
I'll let you fellows go get dressed. Pete, congratulations. Walter Williams is the man with his neck in the net. Walter, I couldn't tell you how many points you got, but I tell you, this screwball shot you have. Explain this little English you have on that ball.
I can't explain it. I just started out playing young, and when early as I started out, I couldn't shoot the ball way up there, so just started out right there, and it kept on.
It comes off with a twist. If the rotation is bad,
yeah,
but it goes in the hole, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Walter, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is Jim Brewer. You were asking a while ago how many points you got. You don't know how many points you got, do you?
No.
You don't know how many rebounds you got?
No.
What was the score of the game? You remember?
Oh, no.
Any
I don't
idea?
know. All I wanted to do was win.
What do you think you had to do with Alvin O'Neill when you got out there, Jim?
I had to keep him away from the basket mostly and try to keep him from getting the ball where he wanted to get the ball.
Now, what about the job he was going to do on you or whoever was going to have to guard you? What do you think you had to do offensively to keep yourself out of foul trouble now with charging violations and so on?
Well, first of all, I had to watch where I drove and get the ball into the basket close, and not to force any shots, pass off as much as I could when I could.
Jim, congratulations. A good ball game. Well-earned win.
Team.
This is Harvey Roberts. You kind of have to pick up the slack when he doesn't do too well, don't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Did you had a little duty on Alvin O'Neill this evening, didn't you? Kind of keeping him away from the bucket, double teaming and so on?
Yeah, I was trying to sag off and help Jam.
What did Coach tell you when you started out there tonight now? You had to play 2 ball games in one day. What were his ideas that he conveyed to you fellas?
Well, we hadn't played a game today. This was our first game.
He didn't feel you played well in the earlier
No,
game.
not that. Just so we could concentrate on this one game and forget about being tight, you know, and go out and defend our opponents and keep them from getting the ball and just win.
Harvey, congratulations. It's a good win for you.
Thank you.
This is Bill Allen, one of the starting guards, a tenacious defensive man. You get tired of working on defense and not scoring as much as you'd like to, Bill?
No, because I figured if I was going to play this year, I'd have to play defense, and my shooting would come, I thought, later on in the year.
It comes once in a while, right?
Yeah, once in a while.
Who was the guy you figured was going to be the toughest for you defensively out there for Spalding?
I didn't know. You know, I just figured whoever I got, that was a man that wasn't going to do too much.
He didn't do too much. Walter Williams, congratulations. Let's introduce these fellas here. These are the second liners that finally made it into the ball game late. This is Ira Carswell. I remember Ira. You're kind of a relief man, aren't you, Ira?
Yeah,
you get quite a few points once in a while when you come in.
Well, I'll try to do my best, you know.
How'd you feel coming off the bench now into a championship game? A little nervous?
Yeah, it's nervous, you know, but I know I got a job to do, and I do my best.
Congratulations. And this is?
Ralph Sykes.
Ralph, you didn't get to play a whole lot, but I suppose you're just as happy about that, aren't you?
Yeah.
The way it turned out?
Yeah.
What's the future hold now?
I don't know.
Were you anxious to get in a little bit more? Were you hoping they'd break the thing wide open and give you a little more floor time?
Yeah.
But they didn't do it.
No, but that's okay.
But you got this trophy, and that kind of makes up for sitting on the bench a while, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And you are?
John Munshaw.
John, you didn't get to play much at all. Did you get a shot in the championship
Yeah,
game?
I got one.
Did you? That's the one that went off a little awry off the front of the rim, huh? Will there be some other times for you?
Next year, yes. I'll be back.
You'll be back next year. Mm-hmm. You can assure us of that,
huh? I hope so.
Okay. And this is?
Howard Godfrey.
Howard, I don't know. You're in the wrong league with all these guys, aren't you? Everybody's 6'5" and up.
Well, that's all right. I just let them play that. I'll wait for them to carry the trophy home.
You'll carry the trophy. As long as they win it, you'll carry the trophy.
Yeah, that's all right.
All righty. And this is?
Keith Rash.
Keith, how much you get to play, whole tournament-wise? As much as you wanted to? With the coach standing here?
No. I played a lot yesterday. This morning.
But that was enough, huh?
Yeah.
This was all worth it, you know.
Yeah, it really was.
And adding a little cheer on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank
a fine effort. These fellows here, I assume, are managers and assistant managers and coaches. You're who?
Steve Block.
Were you the fellow that jumped up and started running out on the floor at the end of the game? Were you, Steve?
Yeah.
You got pretty good spring. Everything about playing basketball?
Yeah, I tried out for the team, but I didn't make JVs.
Well, you'll have another time.
I will.
All right. And this is assistant coach?
Bill Ebenezer.
What do you think, Bill?
Well, it's just wonderful. It's been a privilege to work with such a fine coach as Tom Milliken, and it's been a privilege to work with such a fine group of boys. Everything fit together, and that's the result.
Well, I tell you, they did a fantastic job for you. You can be proud of them. Introduce these two fellows here. You're who?
I'm Kirk Sherburn.
Kirk Sherburn? What do you do, Kirk?
I'm a manager.
You're a manager. Were you also one of those jumping up and down?
I could have been. I didn't know at the time.
This young fellow must be a Milliken here.
That's right. This is my son, Chuck, and he's been looking for this ever since we got down here. He wanted to make sure he had one of these players tags so he could get on television and show his grandmother. So, Chuck, you finally made it.
Tom Milliken, Jim Boland wanted me to ask you how much of an influence Duster Thomas had on you as a defensive coach, since Duster was a great defensive
Well,
coach.
I would say Duster Thomas, in my opinion, is the greatest high school coach that ever lived, and any success I have, I owe it to this man because basketball has been so kind to me. I was cut for 3 years and finally made it my senior year and got to play on a state champ, and if I have been successful, Duster Thomas certainly receives a great deal of credit.
You've been successful, Tom Milliken. You're state champion. Thank you very much for coming by. Chuck,
Thank you.
Congratulations. Those are the champions. and a well-earned victory, and I want to add my congratulations to our new state champions. They played well, and a well-deserved honor. Now let's go back to Tournament Central.
Well, this year's tournament has certainly brought you some great basketball. It's also given you a closer look at the many things Illinois Bell is doing to personalize your telephone, to give you a wide choice in colors and styles. And you've seen some of the advances made by Illinois Bell to help the handicapped communicate more effectively and to bring all its customers telephone service that truly fits their needs. All this comes from teamwork, people working together, like the teams we've seen during the tournament. Now, if this kind of teamwork sounds like something you'd like to be a part of, call your local telephone employment office. At Illinois Bell, you'll have a job with responsibility, good pay, plenty of opportunity, a job that counts. Remember, we're an equal opportunity employer. Every team in this tournament should be proud of its showing. Thank you for watching.
Tom Kelly again in Tournament Central, and Jack Burmaster, let me add that we're very glad you could join us on the tournament. We want to thank you for all of your great help.
Thank you, Tom. I enjoyed being a part of the telecast. It was just a lot of fun.
And it was for us, too, Coach. Thank you once again. And now, speaking for all of us here in the Assembly Hall in Champaign-Urbana, it has been a wonderful tournament, one I'm sure we'll all remember for a long, long time. It's, you know, that type of event where you feel you're really a part of a very keen competition. Bob Starr, you got anything to add?
Not really, I suppose, Tom. All I can add is my congratulations to Proviso East Pirates of Maywood, the 1969 champions, and also our congratulations to all the fine teams who took part in this 62nd state tournament. Now, this is Bob Starr, along with Jim Boland, and Tom Kelly, wishing you good night for Illinois Bell. People working to serve you.
Our administrative engineers here in Champaign-Urbana have been Charles Rothers, Jack Myers, and Fred Geyer. The production manager has been Don Canales. Don Strukel, Dick Norris, and Don Sainer were our assistant directors. Ron Weiner has been our coordinator. Our associate director has been Bill Lotzer. The director of this telecast has been Jack Jacobson. Portions of this program were mechanically reproduced. This telecast has been produced for Illinois Bell Telephone by N.W. Ayer. Our producers have been Don Aries, John Ewing, and Jim Robertson. Our executive producer, Rick Hawley. This has been a presentation of WGN Television Sports.